On the one for me for Benefactor, once again, my name is Fritzner Altidor, and I'm the author of it. It is a story that will pierce your heart. It is a story that will take you to the street of Port-au-Prince. It is a story that will give you the true reality of what is going on about the poor children on the street of Haiti. Histoire ça, on the one for me for Benefactor. C'est une histoire qui m'invite tout le monde pour y lire. C'est une histoire qui est basée sur des faits vrais. C'est une histoire qui a percé cœur. C'est une histoire en tant qu'haïtien, lors Lili, au pape qu'a dénié que l'histoire ça lui parlait seulement des choses vraies. Et que lors Lili tout, on va pas apprendre tant de choses à propos de ce qui a passé petit monde en Haïti, les orphelins, ti moun dans la rue, ti moun reste avec qui a abusé au jour le jour. Son histoire encore une fois qui m'invite toutes frères sœurs haïtiens pour yo lire, ti moun qui levé ici qui pas gen chance expérimenter ça l'autre ti moun a passé en Haïti. Si yo lit ça, they will have a first hand experience about it. Yo va l'expérimenter personnellement. Et yo même y a connaît qui ça que là on parle de third world countries, pays tiers monde, pauvreté à travers pays tiers monde, y a connaît exactement qui ça lié. Encore une fois, n'importe monde qui t'a voulu acheter livre ça, yo gen doit chercher li sur evobenefactors.com, livre là aussi sur Amazon. Yo gen doit contacter.
Hi, I'm Ashley Altidor, and I'm here as a reader for a passage in On the Run from Evil Benefactors by Fritzner Altidor. On the Run from Evil Benefactors is a novel that portrays the hardships that a child, or in this novel, as more portrayed, Alistavik, which is a child who leaves their poor mother because of the condition that they're in, and stays with a more well-off family to dwell and live better. This novel portrays, like I said before, all the hardships, the journey you share with these characters is so surreal. It's very vivid. He's a very vivid author. Adjectives, everything is painted right there in front of you. If you don't get a chance to read this novel or even attend one of his book signings, book readings, any of it, you're missing out on a lot.
Friends, family members, first of all, I thank each and every one of you for coming here tonight to support me as always. I'm very grateful for that. My name is Fritzner Altidor, and I'm the author of On the One from Evil Benefactors. What I'm about to present you tonight is in essence what we call in Haiti Restavek, which marks the beginning of my story. I'm going to invite you to please take a good look at these pictures. As you look at these pictures, I would like you to take them in, think about them, ponder on them. Now, I would like to ask each and every one of you, before I could say for you to please close your eyes, I'm going to have to show these pictures again because we just have to guess actually. Can you show them all of those pictures again? Now, if you would please close your eyes. These pictures that you've just seen, I want you to think of yourself as a young girl, a young lady living in this house, this deserted house, where the wind seems to have eluded them, where the land is no longer producing, where the only means seems to be the deforestation. Imagine yourself having to have your kids collect wood to sell to make a living. And imagine yourself in the midst of this dire poverty, give birth to this beautiful little child. You have this new belly to feed, and yet you don't have a baby. You have no idea of how you will feed her belly. And imagine yourself that a family from this big house promises you that they will take your child, they will feed her, they will clothe her, they will educate her on one condition, that this child does minor house chores. The question is, would you give that child away? You know for a fact that you cannot feed her. You know for a fact that the weight of child death in Haiti is high because you can't feed them. And yet this family promises you to take that child. The question is, would you give her away? This is the story of Restavik. This is what most poor people from the country of Haiti go through. After they give birth to kids, they can't feed them. In the end, they give them away to families who are much better than them so that they can be fed and educated, not knowing what their kids will go through. Now you would imagine that child. The condition was for her to do minor house chores. Now, what she has to do on a daily basis, she has to wake up every morning at 5. She has to go fetch water, walking rocky hills to carry water on her bare head. And if by any accident, if she dropped that water, she would be subject to, God knows, severe whipping, beatings, so on and so forth. The child, not only she would have to carry water daily, she would have to be washing dishes, washing clothes. Most of them, in the end, are the one who cook the food for the family. And yet, they are always underfed. This is the story of Sonia. Sonia is actually the first character in my story. But before I talk about Sonia, I will tell you a little about statistical facts of what's going on in Haiti. According to the U.S. Department, there are about 500,000 of Haitian children that are living as child servants. And the International Labour Organization actually report that the Restavik system is getting worse and worse every day, where more children are getting into it and the abuses continue to increase. These kids, as I've told you already, they suffer beatings, sexual abuses, they are underfed, and the Department of Labor also reports that, imagine the average 15-year-old in Haiti, they're already skinny as they are, because, not that we don't have food, but average kids that are Restavik weighs about 45 pounds less than average 15-year-old. This is a clear case that Restaviks are definitely underfed, abused, neglected. They suffer all kind of abuse in the hands of the family. And these Restavik children, as which is the story of Sonia, which is the first character of the book. Not only do they have to work tirelessly during the day, not only do they have to do all kind of things that the family members don't want to do. They're responsible for everything. At night, most of them suffer sexual abuses. Sonia, which is the first character of this story, went through all of this. Out of this unfortunate tragedy, she was broken. And she gave birth to two beautiful children, Victor and Annie, who are the main character of this story. And but this book will paint you through the journey of Victor and Annie. You will actually have experienced firsthand what it is to be living in a third world country, what it is to be poor, what it is to go through daily. What this book will teach you again, if you are Haitian, if you've heard about the poverty that is going on in Haiti, if you heard your parents debating about it, if you hear about it on the radio, on TV, actually when you read this story, you'll have a feel for it. You'll actually feel it as if you're actually living it. If you're not Haitian, if you've never been exposed to poverty, this story also, as you read through it, you will feel what third world countries, what these kids also, are going through. And another aspect of the story, which I don't want to reveal, in the end you will see what Sonia suffered is nothing compared to what Victor and Annie will go through, what they will discover that is going on, not only in Haiti, but I think it's going on all across the world. And this is a story that is definitely about human abuses, human trafficking, actually the darkest aspect of mankind's heart. And I will invite Ashley to read a few passages of this book. Once again, I thank each and every one of you for coming here. I truly appreciate it, and from the bottom of my heart, I thank you once again. Ashley, which is my niece, will read a few passages.
Hello.
I devoted.
A couple of jokes were tossed into the air about his wrinkled, wet shirt and dirty pants. It was not the first time it had happened to students in his class. A bad joke every now and then would always come up, and everyone in class was subjected to it. Vic put his worn-out shoes on the table for everyone to see, soliciting another joke, a sign that they did not bother him.
May I say a few words about this passage? I've said before, this is a book based on true facts and true story. In my class, he was my best friend. Obviously, he was poor. We got jokes once and there. One day, I think his shoes was falling off, and so when he knew people was about to cast jokes on him, the minute he walked into the classroom, he put his shoes out, people laughing. So he did it so that he could sort of neutralize the joke that would be casted on him. All of the stories, all of the scenes in these books are either things that I know of or heard of. It is really, in essence, a book based on true facts. Almost every single scene. Go ahead.
So thirsty, Annie gulped the water as it was the last drop on earth. When the first drop reached her empty stomach, a severe, painful cramp crippled her, and she swerved to the side, instantly landing on the ground and holding her stomach tightly.
If I could comment on that too. That cramp is my own personal experience. And when I was in elementary school, obviously there were instances where there's no running water. You could be, if you're hungry, you have not eaten anything in the morning, and then you're thirsty, and then you gulp down.
The luminescent rainbow color of the sky and the beautiful orange ball falling to the deep sea reminded him of the mountain in Kafue. Sabrina was thrilled by the creative architectural unity of the birds flying over the ocean. Vic was appalled by the crows picking up fish from the sea. Birds against fish, men against men. Is that mankind's fate? Vic silently questioned the nature of the being.
Well, this part of the book actually served to describe some beauty aspect of Haiti. I'm from the country, so I sat by the ocean and went to many times to see how beautiful it is. The coastline of Haiti is a very beautiful coastline, despite us being poor, but naturally we have a beautiful country. So that simply meant to at least not only talk about the bad aspect, but also talk about a beautiful aspect of it. Once again, thank you all guys, and I appreciate you coming, and I invite you to, if you guys wish to order books, and actually I gotta say, the books, you could actually get more information evobenefactors.com, or you could contact Nayoka or myself, and actually I'll pass on some flyers for more information. Thanks. Well, I have some cookies, you guys, if you'd like to get some cookies, and if anybody would like to buy a book, get a copy of the book, please see Nayoka. Yes, you have a question. Who has a question? Oh, any questions? Oh, by the way, anybody has read the book and have some questions? Last time you had a lot of questions. You asked questions.
What is the title? What's the title? What's the meaning of the title? What made you choose this title?
Well, the first title was Simply Under One, because Victor was actually running for his life. But I think I've seen a book calling Under One that came after I read the book, so I had to kind of tweak out the title. Benefactors are actually, I didn't go in depth about the story. Obviously, there is a character in the story that supposedly was there to help orphans, but what it turned out to be, he was actually an evil character. He's an evil benefactor. He was benefiting from hosting these kids. And this is something I've seen too, because there was a pastor who I knew was taking pictures of actually 4 kids. We knew he was getting money from international organization because he posted it as if he was actually taking care of them, but in fact he was. So he was actually in fact an evil benefactor. So from the title. Definitely. But I don't know when it's gonna come out, but I will definitely write a part 2. I started writing it a long time ago. That's why I can't put a time frame on it, because I put it away, and then I was being encouraged by my girlfriend back then to keep finishing it. Then I went back and finished it. But I started it back in 2000 or 2001. Then I let it sit there. Any other questions? Yes. You'll have to read this book to get to that. I invite you to read it. What? Is there anything you want to say? No. She read the book. Anybody would like to comment on the book, for anybody who hasn't read it? What their sense of reading the book, what they get out of it? My manager Nayoka would like to say a few words.
I want to thank everyone for coming tonight again, for showing the support to our dear local author. which we will be having more book signings around. Hope to see everybody's faces. About the book. When I first read the book, it was beautiful. Then I kind of want to just another side of that part. But it's a book that really shows you what reality is for people that grew up in poverty, see what it is, understand what it is. It's a book that takes you through a journey of Haiti. It gives you the beautiful side of it, it gives you the downside of it. You have to have an open mind when reading this book, and reading it kind of just gives me a whole big journey through Haiti. I've never been there, but I can honestly say I've been there through the book. So I recommend everybody to get a copy of the book. You can get it from either Fritzner, you can get it from me, or you can contact us through or email, which is we will be giving out flyers. Like you said, you can contact us to get a copy of the book. I will not give out any more information about it. So Pat, I know you love to read, so you know where to find me. Right, okay, Pat? So for everybody else, you guys know where to find us. That's one of it.
We have some cookies and water for everybody to share with us.
Evil Benefactor, c'est un livre que moi écrit. C'est un livre qui parlait de la vie de ti moun pauvre en Haïti. C'est un livre, les lili, au pape ka denye que li peinte une réalité qui est extrêmement vraie de ça qui a passé avec ti moun qui en Haïti. C'est un livre que m'écrit qui gagne plus que 10 ans, mais qui est toujours extrêmement relevant. C'est un livre qui a parlé de la vie des restés avec en Haïti. C'est un livre qui a parlé de la vie que Jean-Maurice Sixto te dit en Saint-Anise. C'est un livre tout qui parlait des les abus en trafic qu'il a fait avec Timon qui est dans la rue en Haïti. C'est un livre sous l'île. Te dire vrai, on a crié parce que non seulement histoire triste, on rend nous compte que l'histoire ça est extrêmement vraie. C'est un livre qui est basé sur des faits réels. On the one from Evil Benefactors, I am the author of this book. It's a book about child slavery in Haiti. It's a book about child abuses. It's a story that I could tell you for a fact. You will cry. You will cry not only because the story is true, not only because the story is sad, but you will have a sense that this story is true. It is based on true facts. It is based on the realities of life in Haiti as it is now. Despite the fact that this story was written over 10 years ago, it is more true. It is truer today than ever. It is more relevant today than ever. You will love this story. I invite you to get a copy of this book. I invite you to read this book. And then if you'd like to get a copy of this book, you could visit evilbenefactors.com, or you could contact me personally at 908-884-9378. Or you could also contact my manager, Nayoka Howell, at 973-413-9098. Encore une fois, merci. J'aime dire nous, c'est un livre que nous devons lire, tout haïtien, tout petit monde haïtien, actually, toute nation, supposé lire ça. Parce que le livre là, amazing story. It's a beautiful story that I invite each and every one of you to read. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kenneth Altidor, and I'm 14 years old. I read the book On the Run from Evil Benefactors when I was 10 or 11 years old. I didn't really understand the book back then, and I didn't understand what it meant. I didn't understand the poverty. I didn't understand why they would kill innocent people. But as I reread it, I journey into the poverty in Haiti and what it means to be a Restavec and like it's just it's complicated, but I'm in the middle right now.
Hi, I'm Ashley Altidor. Wow, how old was I when I read this book? I had to be about 14, 15 years old. And when I first read the book, I read the first couple of chapters, and I had to put the book down because, first things first, it was like his way of writing is very graphic. And when I read the book, I actually was in like middle school going into high school, and it was graphic to the point where I was like, whoa, this is a lot. So I put the book down. I finally finished reading the book when I was in my senior year of high school, and that's when I realized the beauty of On the Run from Evil Benefactors. Fritzner Altidor, he does a great way of portraying the events to make what you're reading seem more realistic, in a way of having you live the experience that these children went through. Children, as in Vic and Annie, the experience that Sonia went through, all that stuff becomes you. You become a character in this novel, and you're a part of it. It's just a great book to read. If you haven't read it, I think you should definitely go out and get your copy. And then when he does like the little book signings, and you guys get to ask questions about the books, all those questions you've had, but you never got a chance to express, you get the chance to at the book signings, and I think that's a great opportunity.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Like you already know, I'm BLACKKRYTIKSHOW, sur le nom de Hervé, Jean. Livre ça, je dis comme ça que c'est un livre que je lis, moi relis encore, et puis moi exiger ou bien me forcer un paquet d'amis proches, moi étrangers ou bien haïtiens, et les livres là, parce que qui me dit nous là que ou dans situation ou bien ou dans ben bagay là pour bien dire que ou dans une partie dans bagay yo pas ouais valeur livre là, c'est là que vous venez les livres là vous venez ouais qui importance livre là là qui sensibilité que ou même rentrer dans ou même par rapport avec livre là en Haïti grand pile bagay livre là là cap montre que côté que m'était moi même côté que m'était habité j'ai que m't'a vivre m'gè pas de connait OK. Et reste avec là ou bien pauvreté à goncer des limites que moi pas de connait à qui limite reste avec là ou bien pauvreté à tailler parce que Jacques m'te levé m'pas jamais joindre famille t'es traité un petit monde comme reste avec m'pas jamais joindre une famille non niveau de pauvreté pour que moi t'ai qu'à crier à chaque fois moi famille ça. Bon, c'est en dans livre là que moi réalisé que moi et Haïti c'est un pays qui a plus de pauvreté à travers le monde par rapport avec Timoun avant, par rapport avec Timoun il a fait passer misère, par rapport avec Timoun que bourgeoisie a utilisé et pour remplir richesse yo pour faire paraître belle et puis en dedans caillou Timoun n'a passé misère, parents Timoun n'a pas à l'école et Timoun n'a obligé et vinn comme si c'est non job li aux États-Unis d'Amérique ou bien à l'étranger pour bien dire que la lever à partir de 4h du matin pour aller de l'eau et puis il prend de l'eau il pas connait il pas à l'école il pas qu'à foncer les bagages il fait tout ça la fait avec limite par rapport avec gens que yo traité Timoun yo et son livre que m'a demandé pour tout le monde à laisser ouais si tu prend et yon en single là-dedans pour ouais si tu prend yon partie là-dedans pour tu lire livre ça par rapport avec gens que livre là vraiment triste m'a bien dit non m'averti nous que livre là son livre qui grand pile tristesse par rapport avec gens que pas ta remonter femme vivre de lui-même gens que pas ta remonter femme a passer misère en Haïti et m'ta souhaité que n'al prend livre là et puis en dans livre là n'a retrouver nous dans livre là et puis n'a fait toute diligence nous pour nous aider un bon projet que nous gagne en Haïti une bonne famille que nous gagne en Haïti et nous t'a fait tout moyen possible nous pour ne pas quitter une famille nous et passer même avec gens que expliqué nous dans livre là dis-nous encore c'était bien BLACKKRYTIKSHOW auteur là qui écrit livre là c'est les Fritzner Altidor mon cousin à moi avocat c'est tout moi et me supporter monsieur là pour que me cabaye love là de tout le monde qui apprécie moi même le travail que m'a fait dans HMA là ou bien dans communication parce que nous suivre ça m'a fait à tout et puis nous bon love là pour aller chercher livre là pour aller prendre livre par nous ou bien nous doit taper sur le www.evobenefactor.com pour que nous ca prendre livre. Thank you so much everybody, à la prochaine, one love.